Hey everybody, this is Katie and we are going to go on a little garden tour. My garden is about 1 year old, so there's all sorts of things you can do, and look how mature it is. So welcome to my garden and walk with me, and we're going to look at some different things. We've got a lot of berries over in here and all sorts of wildflowers and mint, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries. And come on in. I love lettuce, and this is my lettuce. We've got kale and baby lettuces, and we're keeping it partially covered. And then right next door we have spinach. And then over here, this bed is a little bit wild right now, but it's got a lot of strawberries in it, and we'll pull some of the other stuff out and plant some more things. But we've got some lettuce in there also. Okay, over here on this bed we have all sorts of wildflowers, and a false indigo. And we have things where we can, like a red creeper, where we can let it crawl up the side of the house.
What's it for?
What's it for? For pollination. We have all sorts of pollinators because we want a lot of butterflies and birds in our yard.
Bees and ants.
Bees.
When you talk about pollination, this bee right here often gets a bad rap. And it's quite a shame to see that bee. All these blueberries would not be here if it wasn't for that bee. And those are called carpenter bees, but they're not. They're just bumblebees. They do a lot of good, but right now they're on the defensive because people think they're tearing up the wood.
Where else you want to go?
Let's go see this water garden. That took some work. And how old is this garden?
It's 1 year old.
1 year. You tell me you did all this in a year?
With some help.
With some help?
Uh-huh.
It takes two.
It takes two.
1 + 1 = 3.
Mm-hmm. And more wildflowers over here. And so what we're going to do, we're going to try to take some videos every couple of weeks and show how the garden is maturing.
So this bed here is not planted yet, but I'm sure it won't be unplanted for long. What's going to go in this bed?
Some tomatoes, potatoes.
Lettuce.
Some more lettuce.
Yeah, we're going to plant our tomatoes over there in with the spinach. When that spinach bolts, and it will, we're going to have tomatoes coming up. Ooh, this looks yummy.
And then over here we have cilantro that's trying to grow.
And I've got some annuals and biennials in the back. I've got digitalis, and I've got, oh, what is it called? Lupins. Lupin. Look at this. How did you get a water garden back here?
This is my wonderful flower garden.
Oh, I'm gonna go around. I'll go around. You stand right here. Well, looks like you've got some ferns.
Uh-huh.
Tell me about this rabbit. That rabbit looks pretty cool.
We call her Reba.
That's neat.
Mm-hmm. And then behind you is very exciting.
Oh my goodness, what's over here in this corner?
Because my daughter is getting married July the 15th, and we have planted a lot of flower seeds, and these are a lot of babies right here.
These are going to be her wedding flowers?
These and everything else in the yard.
Looks like you've got some trees growing.
Mm-hmm.
That's an apple tree.
Mm-hmm.
What's in your little white things over here?
Those are baby pawpaws.
Oh, you've got pawpaws. Why do you keep them covered up?
Because they're fragile. For the first 2 years, they need to be covered.
They need to be shaded.
So the sun won't hurt them.
Yeah. Look at this. This is a neat bed.
Got a lot of wildflowers in there.
I see beautyberry. Now this is neat. This thing's blooming. It just started blooming too. And I'm not sure what it is, but it sure is neat. There's your bergamot. There's your gray-headed coneflower. We haven't figured out what our orange flower is yet. We know we got lance leaf coreopsis and bachelor buttons in here. We've got yarrow. Look at that. That guy's going to be popping. He needs to bloom for Francie tomorrow. And of course, we love dandelions. A lot of people don't like dandelions, but we love them. Too often we just pick things like dandelions and violets and don't realize how good they are for our garden. Everything has a place, and there's a place for everything. What's going on with this patio? Wow.
We made the patio.
Did we really?
Mm-hmm.
That is so cool. Maybe you can tell me about this herb over here growing. I sure do like that herb.
All sorts of parsley.
And you've got some pretty going on too.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Parsley.
And some comfrey.
That comfrey's already blooming.
Uh-huh.
And what's funny is, that's what that other plant is. That other plant over there is comfrey.
That's comfrey. Uh-huh.
That's funny. We just identified something that we didn't know.
And then more wildflowers over here. Some
Wow.
trillium.
You do have trillium popping open. Look at that. That's so beautiful. That is awesome. You got another trillium. You got Virginia bluebells, wild geranium. Boy, you got the bluebells. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah.
And then let's take a little view of the she shed.
The she shed?
Uh-huh.
Well, we've got a wild bee house. It's not necessarily moving yet, but we're getting ready to make a better one. Because all bees matter. There's lots of bees besides honeybees. And we've got some mint to plant, and we've got some foxglove digitalis in there to grow. We've got muscadines growing. What's over there in your cat litter things? More seeds? Call these our terrariums. We've got lots of wildflowers that we've planted in here, and this kind of heats them up. And there is, what is it?
This is butterfly weed.
Butterfly weed, and over here at the very end, I've got
Holly seeds.
echinacea and holly seeds. Yeah, we've got a lot out here. Well, let's wrap this video up. You've given us a pretty good tour. You know, every backyard has a front yard. We'll have to do the next video on the front yard. We're going to be extracting a few bushes from the front yard. What were they?
Nandinas.
Yeah, they're terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Too often people plant them and don't realize the berries are poisonous to birds. And we don't want anything that hurts our birds. So I'll let you finish up.
Well, thank you for joining us, and we're excited about it, and we're just so excited to watch things grow, and we'll share more later. Have a great day, and remember, this is moving too. Bye-bye.